Hello there, and welcome back for this next word problem. We just did the one about the test, what you would need to score on the final test. So this one is looking at Kara's work schedule. It says the table shows Kara's work schedule. How many hours must she work on Friday to average 10 hours per day for her work week? So they give me a table, very simple table, that shows day and hours. So Monday she worked 7 hours, Tuesday 6 hours, Wednesday 5 hours, and Thursday 7 hours. And they want us to figure out how much she would have to work on Friday to average 10 hours per day for the week. So here's the clue. Hopefully your eye noticed that word average, because that is another word for mean. So they are wanting me to work with the formula for mean. So to do that, remember, mean is to add up, in this case, days. We've worked with test scores and percentages, but in this case, we're looking at the hours per day. So let's say it that way. Add up the hours for each day. And then you remember the second step. You divide by the number of days. And I would encourage you to literally write this down, because this helps you learn how to set up these big monster problems. And that will give you the mean, the average, which remember that's the same thing. Average and mean are the same thing mathematically. So let's do this. Let's do exactly what we wrote down. So Monday is 7, Tuesday is 6, Wednesday is 5, Thursday is 7, but remember we also have Friday. So we have to include that. We can't just pretend that Friday doesn't exist. We have to include that. So we want to divide by the number of days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's 5 days. So I'm going to put a 5 down here. And we want that to average a 10. That's what they're asking me to work with there. Average 10 hours per day. And remember, mean is the average. So here's the setup of our formula. We just need to simplify a little bit. So I'm going to say, okay, there's the line. 5 is under there. Whoops. And 10 is over here. So 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 7, and I'm going to do that on my calculator to set a good example. Also, my dyslexia means that I sometimes can't add in my head, so don't take a chance on missing the problem. So all I have done, it looks terribly complicated, but all I've done is add those up to get this 25. Nothing has changed but that. That's called simplifying. Okay, here's the tough part where algebra is concerned. For those of you who are very good with algebra, you will get this. If you've not had algebra, this is very hard to understand. So what we're trying to do, we want to isolate Friday. I'm trying to find out what that F is worth. And so the numbers or the constants are all going to move over to this side. Okay. So the first thing I need to do is move this 5 off the bottom. And to do that, I have to multiply it. That's one of the rules of algebra. And we do it to both sides. So we're canceling there. And I'm left with 25 plus F. And then 10 times 5 is 50. I will write that out. That is multiply. 10 times 5 is 50. We did the same thing in the last problem. Take the 25 off this side and off this side. So on Friday, she would have to work 25 hours for this to come out for a mean of 10. Now, do you see anything wrong with that answer? That she would need to work 25 hours on Friday. How many hours are in a day? There are only 24. So this is impossible. There is no way that she could work 25 hours on Friday because Friday can't have that many days. 24 hours is the most you can have in any day. So this would be an impossible scenario. This is a very interesting problem. It's not physically possible for this to average to 10 given these conditions. So it's a tough problem. It's also very unusual. I don't think I've ever seen one quite like that. Okay, I'm going to stop this video. And when we come back, we'll be looking at this problem about a frequency table. So I'll see you in the next video.